Hello everyone and welcome to this third episode in this YouTube playlist, How to Find Cheap Flights. Now this might be the most game-changing video that you are gonna watch in order to find cheap flights, because I will tell you how we can generalize our flight search on Skyscanner. And this is a huge deal. Like, this will save you so much money. It's unbelievable. Trust me. If you have never heard of this function before, this is gonna change everything. Before we get started, let me quickly introduce myself to the new viewers. My name is Luca. I'm the German travel guy, and I have traveled to over 80 countries at age 19. And I'm currently on my mission to visit every country on the planet. You can see my travel map down there with all the places that I have been to. And I speak 6 languages, or at least I try to. And there you can see a quick picture from Kabul, Afghanistan. So what will we learn in this episode? I'm going to show you how to search broader on Skyscanner. This is what we're going to do. That's everything we're going to do. And this is honestly one of the most essential things when it comes to finding cheap flights. So let's not waste time and let's jump right to Chrome and to skyscanner.com. Alright, so now I am on Skyscanner. And remember last time we searched in from London Heathrow to Frankfurt International Airport. And what we are going to do right now, we're going to generalize this still with the 14th of April in as the date. So we are going to search in London and it will already suggest any. So we're going to click London any. London has, as you can see, a bunch of airports that we can choose from. And you can just imagine, even if you know nothing about flights, you can already imagine, okay, if I just select London Heathrow and that excludes all other airports in London, that my chances are pretty bad to find a cheap flight. If you know more about flights and airlines, then you also know that London Heathrow is probably the most expensive airport to land and depart from. So airports like London Stansted, because they're a lot smaller, they're a bit further off London. So airports like London Stansted are a lot cheaper for airlines to fly to. So the cheaper airlines, the ones that we are looking for, will most likely land in Stansted or sometimes Luton or even Southend, and not in Heathrow. So what we are going to do is we're going to put in London any. And in the to field, we are going to put in Frankfurt any. So you can see here we just have 2 airports. We have Frankfurt am Main International Airport and we have Frankfurt Hahn International Airport. And as for the date, we are going to just leave it like this. Just for now, let's just leave it like this. And then you will see the difference. So I'm going to hit search flights and yeah, so now we are back on the exact same page where we were in the last video. And remember, we are still flying from London to Frankfurt and we still put in the 14th of April. So it's basically the exact same flight search. And you can see the cheapest is already down to 47 euros. So here it says London Gatwick. Last time we only searched for London Heathrow. So this is why it couldn't find this flight. And again, we're flying over Madrid to Frankfurt. This part here is essentially the same like in the last search that we did, where we put in from London Heathrow to Frankfurt. And the cheapest one was 106 euros via Madrid. Now it's 47 euros, so it's less than half the price already. Although this is unfavorable. We don't really want to have a 15-hour layover. I mean, you can use the time and go to the city, enjoy Madrid a bit, have a night in Madrid if you want. This is probably going to be a bit more interesting already for us. Same stop, Madrid, but now we're flying from London Stansted. Again, in the last search, we would not even have had this result. London Stansted is a very common airport for Ryanair to fly to. It's an extremely small airport, not busy at all. So Ryanair loves flying from London Stansted and then via Madrid to Frankfurt in about half the time and for 63 euros. Keep in mind, guys, we put in the exact same date and the exact same 2 cities in the last video already. And our price now has basically halved or even more. Like, if you really have to and you want to save the money, go and book this flight right now and you saved half the price already. But even going from 106 euros originally to 63 euros right now, simply by searching in the entire city, this is what I mean with generalizing. Isn't this pretty amazing? Isn't it such a simple trick that you can do on Skyscanner? And trust me, guys, this is obviously just the beginning. 63 euros, I would say, is still expensive. As I said, normally I would fly for yeah, less than 20 or less than 10 euros. But yeah, if we click on select here, just like in the last video as well, we will see the exact same date. We can confirm everything, and we are here on the offer page, and we can see, okay, it's just one offer basically from Go to Gate. We can see it's very well rated. You can just click it and book it. How we book a flight will be covered later in the course. But for now, even right now, I have to say 63 euros is still expensive. So yeah, this is how you generalize the city where you're flying from and where you're flying to. And honestly, guys, I think it's getting a little long now. So I'm going to break it down into 2 parts. And the next video will be all about how we can generalize the time when we fly. For now though, just keep in mind Skyscanner is amazing because I don't need to put in an airport. Like normally in most cases on most search engines you'll have to put in an airport. Like if you live in Germany you will have to put in Frankfurt International Airport. If you live in the UK you will have to put in London Heathrow Airport. With Skyscanner, we can put in London any, Frankfurt any, and we are going to take this to the next level in the next video by generalizing the time as well. This will give us cheaper results. And then in the video after this, we are going to take it one step further and we're going to search from country to country. But in order to fully understand the possibilities, we will first have to look at the timing variations. And then there's a bunch of other pages on Skyscanner that we will need to understand first before we can search from country to country. So just stay with me through this course. I'm going to walk you through all of this. And I think this example now has shown that, okay, just one simple little method for the same date can halve the price of our flights. And trust me, guys, this is just the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up and if you subscribe to the channel. Also follow this playlist for sure, because in the next couple of days I will upload so many more videos on this topic and I'm going to walk you through this entire course so you will never have to pay too much again for a flight. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.